What's good, y'all? This your girl Savvy, and I'm here checking in to give y'all information about my one-way flight overseas. Let's get it.
It's food, it's food, it's food for thought. It's food, it's food, it's food for thought.
Alright, so a lot of people ask me questions in my DM or underneath my post, and they want to know, what the heck am I doing overseas? They're like, what are you doing? Are you just traveling? What do you do for work? You know what I'm saying? Why are you there? So I'm here to answer all of these questions for you guys. So, alright, let's backtrack. 2021, I say around about October, I heard from the Lord. At the time, I was working for SBA, and I was a loan officer, so I was helping people, get approved for their PPP loans. Sorry, Mr. Wade. Now I'm just playing. But anyways, so around October 2021, I heard the Lord tell me to sell my car. Mind you, I just got this car February 2020. It was a Toyota Avalon. It was really nice. You know what I'm saying? Had like a real Lexus feel to it. And all of a sudden, I just randomly started having problems with my car for about maybe 3 or 4 months. And it didn't matter what shop I took it to, the problem would not leave. Like, no one could diagnose my car and tell me what was wrong with the car. So I heard from the Lord. He said, sell the car. So immediately, my mind went to, okay, sell the car, but I still got money left on the loan, so I'm still gonna be paying on the car that I'm no longer driving. So in my mind, I just started setting up things, and by faith, I obeyed. I went to CarMax and I went to sell the car. Lo and behold, they were willing to buy the car at a really high price. I was like, wow. I even went and got second and third opinions, and they were like, CarMax doing you a good deal. You might as well take that. So I went ahead and did that. I sold the car, I was obedient, and I had like maybe $1,600 left on it. So that was it, just pay the rest of that off with like a little personal loan. All right, so fast forward. As soon as I did that, the Lord told me that I was going to quit my job in like the next month and a half. And I was like, Lord, I'm making some good money. This is my first time making 6 figures. I was bringing in, between everything like business and work, I was bringing in about $130K a year. So I was like, I don't know about that, Lord, but I obeyed. I had talked to my significant other at the time, and I had let her know, because I was dating a female at the time. I let her know. I said, hey, the Lord, said that it's time for me to quit my job. So she was like, okay, and I was like, yeah. So as soon as I made the decision in my heart to quit my job, immediately the Lord said, on February 6, 2022, I want you to move overseas. And I was like, okay, where am I going? He never responded. You know what I'm saying? And I want to pause right here and remind you guys that everything that he had me going through is biblical, because, mind you, when he told Abraham to pick up and leave, he told him to go to Canaan. He ain't tell him where to set up shop. He ain't tell him what to do. He just said, go to a land, that your ancestors are not in, or whatever. Go to the land of Canaan. So I didn't know what the heck I was doing. I just pretty much had the direction that I'm supposed to move overseas. So at the time, they were still tripping about people having their vaccines and things like that. I never got a COVID shot or anything. As a matter of fact, I was willing to lose my job, just months prior, for not taking the vaccine, because I was a federal employee. But anyway, so I ended up telling my significant other, I said, hey, he said it's time to go overseas. I said, I gotta leave February 6, 2022. I don't know if you want to come or not, but I'm about to just start selling my stuff. So, everything went like that, and then that was history. So, ended up going overseas, and this is how prophetic this is. I left on February 6, 2022 in the evening time, but I got to Greece February the 7th, 2022. If for all of you who do not know, 7 is a number of completion. So I'm grateful that the Lord had me embark on this new journey. Ended up being single. The relationship didn't work. Overseas. So hey, and honestly, that was also a breaking that occurred because with Abraham and Lot. Yeah, Lot, went with Abraham and things like that, but a separation had to occur. So, the Lord allowed, a separation to occur between, the person that I was dating at the time by her just breaking up with me randomly. So I was just like, okay. So ended up getting overseas. And as I told you guys, I didn't know where I was going. So literally just looked on the map and did my research about what country I can go to that was not tripping about me having a vaccine or not. Greece was one of them. Greece literally made you take, one of those little COVID tests or whatever, stick it up your nose and call it a day. So that was the only pet peeve that I had, traveling last year. Everywhere I went, I got stuck all the way, almost up to my eye. That joint was excruciating. But anyways, ended up going to Greece. While in Greece, I was like, okay, Lord, all right, here in Greece, what next? Kept praying, don't know, what I'm saying? And I also had a travel buddy with me as well. So, she will be hearing some things, I'll be hearing some things, and separately in our time, and it'll come together, and it will be like, yo, I heard that in my prayer time. So Turkey ended up being the next move. Ended up going to Turkey, got to spend time with the Lord. Kind of got off the grid, was just writing a lot of music, spending time with him, just trying to consecrate myself and get rid of, things that were not like him, and just kind of cleaning up from being in, a 2-year relationship just prior with a woman. So ended up doing that, really got real heavy into my music, started working on the breakup project because I wasn't in a relationship anymore. From Turkey, got to meet up with Isis and made 2 great songs, We Going Up as well as Odu. After that, my plan was to go to, I had wanted to go to, Tanzania. I wanted to go to Tanzania, I said, I want to see some gorillas, some safari, things like that. I said, I'm ready to go to Africa. Been running around Europe, I'm ready to see some folks that look like me. So the Lord had other plans. He immediately told me, he said, no, you're going to go to Egypt. You're going to film the altar call video. And he had other instructions for me as well in Egypt. So Egypt was a big time it was big for me because literally the balcony that I was sitting on showed the Red Sea that Moses parted. So that was big for me. That was really divine for me. I would sit out there and work on different projects that the Lord had me working on. Working on the breakup album. Actually, I started that project on a 10-day fast. So let me backtrack. Started that on a 10-day fast. Then fast forward, continuing that project in Egypt. After Egypt, filmed the altar call video, dealt with so much spiritual warfare, was just exhausted. Ended up missing, I think at that time, about 2 flights. Showed up to the airport. The flight people were like, the check-in folks was like, your flight left yesterday. And I'm like, for real? Just kept missing flights, just really exhausted. So ended up going to Kenya. Kenya was a time of really focusing, isolating myself, and really honing into what the Lord wanted me to do. And in that time, he told me to focus on project management because while I was in Egypt, the Lord told me that I would start working again because during this time, keep in mind, I wasn't working, and we'll get into that later of how I was able to, how the Lord, was able to fund me during this time of travel without me working. But anyways, got to Kenya, started focusing on my CAPM certificate. For all of you guys who don't know, that's like a certificate for people going into project management. It's like a lower level certificate, but it's still a good look. It's still difficult to get. So started working on that, and then from Kenya, the Lord told me that I would be going to Sophia Ruffin's conference that was held in September. So Kenya was like late July to the end of August. And I knew I was going back to the States like mid-September. So I was like, look, I love Greece. I love their food. So I ended up going back to Greece, for about 2 weeks before I headed back to the States. All right, so that right there is my story of, the Lord taking me overseas. before I even got back to America, he told me, hey, spend time with your family, be intentional, because in 2023, you won't be coming back home. So, my thought process, I thought I was going to be spending the holidays with my family, doing what I need to do for my mental health and things like that, and getting situated with the program I was in at the time. But I ended up injuring my foot, and I ended up staying back with my family until May 2023, just this past year. So now I am currently back overseas. Ended up going to Dubai and celebrating my friend's birthday with her. Now I'm currently in Bahrain. This is where I reside, and I will make another video, because even the way that I am here, the way that the Lord set it up, it's really divine and it's supernatural. So that's a whole nother video that I gotta put together for you guys. So I hope I was able to answer a lot of you guys' questions. Why am I overseas? Because the Lord told me to. I'm literally on a faith walk. What he has me doing, he has me doing. But in this time, he's definitely isolating me. He's pulling me away from the trauma that I've endured in Atlanta, all around the United States and things like that. And as I'm here in Bahrain and I'm in a period of like isolation, I kind of feel like maybe not to the extent of David in the caves, but literally Abraham. If I can compare my walk to anybody right now, it's Abraham. Like literally. You know what I'm saying? Like, when the Lord tell me to move, I move. If he tell me to do something, I do it. If I answer you guys' questions, I'm literally on a faith walk. Where the Lord tells me to go, I go. He literally has me in student mode right now. You know what I'm saying? Just taking in all the wisdom and the knowledge, experiences. I'm able to have fun while also serve him. You know what I'm saying? Make this good content for y'all. I got a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. I'm a really private person. If you guys don't know by now, I'm authentic with you guys, but I also keep a lot to myself until it's time to reveal. So everything he has me working on right now, I'm pretty sure I probably wouldn't have done it in the States, because I would have been distracted by the fun and relationships that I have there. So I'm grateful. I'm currently over here, you know what I'm saying, by myself. My travel buddy is no longer with me. And yeah, this period has been difficult. I've been grieving, healing from childhood trauma, relationships, church hurt, everything. But I'm still here, I'm still standing, and I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. I got more for y'all about my travels and my journey. Hey, y'all keep it real. Love y'all. SAAVY out. You really gotta have faith to be on this walk, you know? Hey, bring that beat back. Hey, you gotta have faith, yeah. Oh yeah, you gotta have faith. Even when adversity comes your way, all you gotta do is pray.